Hi, so I'm just going to talk today about the flower essences, and this is a talk for the Dublin Mind Body Experience, which will be on that page at 2:15. So I'm just going to talk about the different categories of flower essences for today. So I'm going to talk about the dark sky flower essences, which are your deep transformative set. There's a set of 4 essences in there, and they're for shifting the old stuff. Then I'm going to talk about the solar system flower essences, which are the essences for now, and you have Pluto, which is apt just for this current time that we're in. It's for viruses, it's for being out of our kind of normal regime, our normal way of life. So that's what Pluto is for. Chiron for forgiveness, Buttercup for trauma. So those are the solar system flower essences and the dark sky. And then there also are elementary essences like your earth, your fire, your water. And earth would be a really good one for if you have a busy head, so you can actually add those essences to the other main essences. And then Wynne, who's trained me in the essences, she just came out with 2 new sets. She just came out with an environmental set here, and this one is called Forgive and Let Go, so that's one of them, and there's 5 essences in that set. And then these are just basically what the essences look like. They come in little spritz kind of bottles, so these would be the essences. So with the environmental sprays, they're sprays that you don't use on yourself. They're the sprays that you use in the room, and then the other little spritz bottles you would actually spritz on the top of your head. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to answer some questions today that clients and friends had asked me. So I'm going to talk about the chakra set now, because the chakra set are 7 essences, 1 for each chakra or energy center, and they are used to assist the chakras that need work. Because when you were working with the chakra, sometimes people would have throat issues, then you would use the essence that's appropriate for each chakra. So that's a lovely set that's just come out. And then there are tree essences. Tree essences are essentially for children, and there's 4 in that set, but they also can be used for adults if we feel that we have stuff from our childhood, so then we can use the tree essences there. So I'm just going today, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how what the essences are and how they're used, because I was asked, one of the questions I was asked was, and I'll put in the comments, I'll list the questions that I was asked and I'll answer them, and then if anybody else has any comments or questions, they can answer them for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about how the essences are used. So how we use the essences now is because Craig had asked that question, how do we use the essences? So now the essences are used as a spritz, and what you do is you spritz or spray the essence 3 times over the top of the head, and that gets the essence into the system much quicker. So in the past you were taking the essences orally, but when you spritz them over the top of the head, they get into the system much quicker. So when we're working with flower essences, what we're really working on is we're working on a vibrational level, and the flower essences are safe to take along with any medication that you're taking, because they're just basically extracted from the plants, the trees, the flowers, and then they're kind of basically preserved in water, and then how you actually hold the vibration is you put that in brandy, and then that's how the essences are taken. They're taken, you make up a stock, and then you dilute the stock, and then you would take the essence from the stock. So basically they're vibrational medicines. So what you're doing is you're working with the energy of the plant, and then you're actually using that to assist us to move through the emotions and the different conditions that we would need to shift. Because Luna is an essence for women, so it's really good for women, women who would kind of be having menopausal issues, any kind of women's issue. Luna is really good for that. So when we're using the essences, what we're really wanting to do is we're wanting to really bring in the essence in a way that's going to resonate with our bodies to make us feel whole and well. So we're shifting that old stuff. So you take the essences twice a day and you spritz them over the top of your head, and then that way they get into the body, the aura, the layers of the aura much quicker. So that's why they're taken that way. And I also had, Eve was asking another question. She was asking about, if somebody, is not, does not like themselves so much, or they're trying to forgive themselves, what essence would they use? And I would say Chiron for forgiveness, because if we're being unkind to ourselves, then we really need to learn to love ourselves. So Chiron for forgiveness would be a really good essence for that. And you can take, the essences are basically, another question I was asked as well was, how often do you take the essences, which is twice a day, and then how long does it take for the essence to take effect. So I find for me, if I'm taking an essence and it's the correct one, and I do take these essences myself, then I will know right away it's the right one. So for some people it might be you take the essence right away, you know it's the right one. For somebody else it might be a couple of days, somebody else it's a week. And then some of my clients will stay on an essence because they know it's the right essence, or sometimes they will change to another one because they don't feel it's shifting the stuff they would like to shift. So that's essentially how you take the essences. And the essences, another question I was asked was, you know, how are the essences taken? You know, are they blends of essences, or are they just a single essence? The essences are typically one essence on its own, because if you're, say, trying to work with, say, Mercury, which is for the throat chakra, then you want to just be working on that area specifically. The Rescue Remedy is made up of 5 different essences, because Rescue Remedy is for anxiety and stress. So it's got 5 different essences in it. The Dark Sky are a set of 4 different essences. So most of the essences, yes, they're taken as an individual essence for the specific condition that you want to work on, but there are a few blends. So that's how the essences are basically taken. They're taken twice a day, and they're usually taken as one essence, but there are blends. And the chakra set would be a set, but that doesn't mean you have to take all the essences in that set. You could just take 1 or 2, whatever you felt guided to use. So those are basically the essences, and then what I'll do is, with the other questions that I was asked, I'll actually put them in the comments section, and I'll answer them later on. And then actually I was asked a question as well as, what are the Dark Sky essences and how do they work? And I've really essentially answered that. They're a set of 4, and they're for the deep transformative stuff. They're for that old stuck stuff, that old past stuff that we want to shift. So that's what the dark essences are. And I was asked as well by the same client or friend, how do you purchase those essences? So you purchase the essences through myself. You can go to my Shambhala Holistic Center page, and you can contact me, and I can help you, you know, to choose an essence for yourself or a loved one. So I will be posting the questions that I was asked, because there's quite a few questions I was asked. I'll be posting those questions on here under the comments, and if there's any other comments that people would have for me, they can post them on there, and I will answer those questions for you. So I'm just touching base on the flower essences, because I find for me, I've been working with them probably about 1.5 years now, and I do take the essences myself. I'm on one right now, and I find I've used the Dark Sky as well, and I've used some of the 3 essences too. So I find that they work on a deep level, and I would kind of know myself what I need. So I would say the ones that are really important for people for now are your Pluto. That's a really good one. And then so your Pluto is a really good one for now. And Mercury is a really good one, because a lot of people are kind of working through communication throat stuff right now. Luna's a really good one for women's issues, and as I said, Chiron for forgiveness. So the essence is really, it's a really good thing to be taking and working on now, working through your stuff, because right now we do probably have more time. Most of us have more time than we normally would to be able to work on our general well-being. So that's why we can take the essences, and as I said, they work along with crystals, they work along with the distance therapy. So if anybody has any questions for me, just post them below and I will get back to you. And I also have a shop on this online Mind, Body, Spirit experience. I have an online shop there selling crystals and chakra bracelets, and you can purchase the essences as well. Because when she came across, or she started putting these essences together about 4 years ago, and then she's trained me how to use them. And every time I just think, right, we've got on this setup. We've probably got about 40 plus essences now. And every time I think, right, okay, then another set come out. So they're always changing, they're always evolving. And as I said, because I take the essences, I know how much they really do impact me in my life. Because as soon as I take the essence, I know, yes, I feel that. And I would always carry Rescue Remedy with me, because I would be quite an anxious person. But I find as soon as I take the Rescue Remedy, it just shifts stuff. So I find the essences help me work through my own stuff too. So I'm just going to sign off today from the talk, and if you have any questions, comments, just post them here, and I'd be happy to assist you with any questions on the essences. So take care, stay safe, and stay well.